All right, guys, real quick before I get into the video, an update. So I did this repair last August. I've put over 10,000 miles on the bike since I did the repair, traveled cross country on it. Anyway, the bike is working fantastic. I pulled it apart, I inspected it, everything looks great. So generally I won't put out a repair video until I know that the repair was good and solid, because there's no use of me showing you how to repair something that actually doesn't fix. So anyway, I repaired it, it's working great. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Good morning, everybody. Well, as most of you know, the silver bike broke down this week. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put it up here for you guys to link to. But anyway, today I'm going to tear it down and figure out what is going on with the silver bike. So I thought I would bring you guys along. I kind of cheated though. Last night before I went to bed, I turned the AC on in the garage. So it's pretty nice and cool in here today. So hopefully I won't be too terribly hot. I mean, it is Florida in the summer, so it's going to be 100 degrees out. Anyway, guys, let's take a look and figure out what's wrong with the silver bike. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into my channel. I'm Sonny the Badger. Just a real quick intro to this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to repair this bike, and I honestly don't know what's wrong with it yet. But if you want to follow along with that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave your comments for me below. I'll be happy to answer any questions and respond to any comments you have. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time, because this is going to be a whole series of videos of exactly what I find and what's happening along the way. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, so the first thing I did was of course pull the drain plug out of the primary, and there was, I don't know if you can see that or not, quite a bit of metal on there. So I'm assuming something in there is grinding, something's not right. So I'm gonna let it drain and then I'm going to pull off the cover. All right guys, so we got all the fluid drained out. Now we're gonna pull this cover. So all these bolts all the way around the cover. I also had to pull off my rear shifter to get it out of the way. And then just pull all the bolts all the way around it, pull the cover off, and then we'll see what's going on. Alright guys, so I got the cover all off, checking it all out. That seems really loose to me, but the big thing is there's neutral. There's neutral. Here's first gear. Here grinding. It should not move like that when I'm in gear. So there's definitely an issue. Anyway, let's dig deeper. Hi guys, so I'm gonna go a little deeper. As you heard me say earlier, I've never been any further than this. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this chain. So I'm going to loosen up that bolt, move this out of the way, get that chain out of the way, and then I'm going to proceed to take off this the clutch, and we'll just go down from there. So here we go. Alright, so I removed the tensioner for the chain. Now I'm going to remove the clutch basket here and keep going from there. One thing I will say that I've learned in all my years of being a mechanic is when you don't know what you're doing, you always take like 5 steps more than you have to. There's always a quicker, shorter way. And I'm sure I'm going to get comments on the video of, oh, this is the way to do that. But, you know, that's not real life for people that don't know exactly what they're doing. That is trial and error. So you're going to see a real life account of me messing things up. So I'm guessing I was probably supposed to unhook that long rod on the outside of the clutch basket, not on the end. So I may have some difficulties putting that back together. Who knows? But you know, like I said, one of those learning experiences. All right, guys, we ran into our first little snafu. So I can't see if you can see. Oh, there you go. All right. So usually there's a tool here that holds this still so you can break this nut loose. But since this is all loose and wobbly, that tool does us zero good. So we're gonna have to come up with another way. I phoned a friend. He said probably my only option is going to be with an air impact. So I do have air and an impact, so let's see if I can get it done. And there it is. So here was my issue. I had just a little compressor because I don't use a compressor all that much. I've always said, I'm gonna get another one, I'm gonna get another one. So today was that day. I got this one and it ripped that bolt, that nut right off. So win-win, the nut's off and I got a new compressor. Woohoo! So we got the nut off here. This one is basically reverse threaded. So it's like you're tightening it to loosen it. And then I pulled the bolt off here, the nut off here, and it's actually the regular. So loosening is actually loosening. So lefty loosey on that one, righty loosey on this one. Then we're gonna pull off both of those sprockets. All right, guys. So I got the clutch hub off. I don't know whether you guys can see that or not. There are no splines left in that. So that slides over that, and there are splines. Splines that fit in these splines. There are no more splines. I don't know if this is a common thing, but it's splineless. Alright, guys, now you can see it. That used to be splines. It's toast. No more splines. So that's what failed. And those splines slide right over these splines here. And so that's why when I was in gear, it was a no-go. So that is the problem. Alright, guys. So first thing you're gonna have to do is remove this little clip ring. I did that. And then I basically took a socket that is the same size as what I wanted to drive out, that spline, and I just hammered it out. So, finished product. There's the spline that's bad. So that whole piece, I'm assuming, has to be replaced. I'll do a little shopping and investigating, but pretty sure that this whole piece is going to have to be replaced. And then, of course, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and make sure and change this bearing too. Since I'm here, I might as well get it all changed. So I don't know whether you can see this or not. There's a snap ring in here too that I'm going to have to pull out. So I'll pull that snap ring out and then get this bearing out as well. There it is. All right, once I got that C-clip removed, then I just knocked the bearing out. It's out. There she is. All right. Now it's time to go find some parts and order some parts. Alright guys, I'm gonna pick up my parts at the world famous Sooooo Rebel Cycles here in Cape Coral, Florida. I could have went and bought them online, but I wanted to support a local business that of course supports me as well. So if you can, buy your parts from a local shop. If you can't, or just don't like the local shop, then I've got links in this video where you can buy parts. And I would love your support. Anyway, let's get in there and get these parts picked up before the rain occurs. Bailey!
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Got some parts for me?
I do, they're right here for you.
Right, parts. I like parts. Lots and lots of parts. All right, guys, I'm back, and I got parts. Bearing, clutch, hub. So let's see if we can remember how to put it all back together since it's been a week since we did this. So let's get started. All right, guys, so first things first, I need to put the bearing back in here. And you're supposed to use a press for this. So I don't have a press. Maybe I need to buy one, who knows. But anyway, I'm going to, they also make tools for it. I think I've got a remedy for it. So there's the old bearing, and I have a socket that is almost the exact diameter of the bearing. So I'm gonna try to drive it in like that. Worst case scenario is I mess up the bearing and I get another one. So let's give it a try. Hi guys, so I stopped the camera so when I was hammering you wouldn't bounce all over the place. But there she is. She's in. Really wasn't that big a deal. So she's in, ready to go. Gotta put the lock ring back on her. There, she's in place. She's spinning like crazy. All right guys, so here is the new hub. It goes right down in this bearing here. And then I've got a socket that'll fit in here about the right diameter. And hopefully I will knock that into there and we will have done it without using a press. So I'm gonna get to hammering and then I'll turn you back on when I'm done shaking the bench. All right, so as you can see, it's all in there ready to go. Just got to put the clamp on it. All Alright guys, well, in case you're wondering what I used, this is an axle nut for a Toyota. I used to work at Toyota as a mechanic, and it fit just perfectly. Like in these splines here, I don't know whether you can see that or not, but it literally fits in these splines. It won't fit this way. You literally have to turn it and it fits perfectly. So that's what I used to knock that in. Ideally guys, a press would be the way to go. And if you got a local shop, I would have them press it or go get yourself a press. For me personally, I just wanted to know if they could be hammered in and to see if I have any issues with them. So I'll keep you guys in the know as to whether I have any issues with it after I hammered it in. So anyway, that's all back together. We've got to put some clutches in it and start reassembling. All right guys, it's time to put the sprockets and all back on and change. Mine had spacers back here for the compensator, so don't forget to put those back in. That would suck. Then you'd be taking it all back apart again. There it is. Alright guys, so there are splines that both of these have to slide onto. That's what you saw me fighting with, was to get those splines all lined up. Alright, she's back on. Gonna buckle her up. Oh. That's supposed to go under there. Gonna bolt her all back together, adjust the chain. We'll measure that out, so your book will tell you exactly how much play you're supposed to have in that. So look at your owner's manual and then tighten it down when it's adjusted. When you're putting these back together, don't forget, this one is backwards thread, so it's like you're loosening it to tighten it, and then this one is regular. And then of course, look at your owner's manual for your torque specs for each one. Make sure that you torque them down good. Also guys, there's like washers and stuff that go in here, so make sure that you've got all your washers and everything just the way you took it apart. And then we'll put the clutches in here. Check your owner's manual, because my owner's manual tells me on the compensator to put 2 drops of Loctite on it. So check your owner's manual to see what you need to do. Alright guys, so we've soaked the plates, and then according to the directions you don't use any of the old stuff at all, and then it's friction metal, and the last one should be friction. So let's put it in there. See how big of a freaking mess we make. The kit actually has one extra plate than what it originally had. There she is. Alright guys, make sure you look up the torque spec on these in your owner's manual so you'll know exactly how tight to get them. Alright guys, so I think that's all back together. I think I'm ready to just put on my primary cover and test it out. So, the primary cover goes right back on the way you took it off, and we'll see where we're at. Alright guys, so important note, there is a tightening sequence for your primary cover. So be sure that you look that up in your manual or online or wherever. Torque spec and the tightening sequence. Hi guys, so it's all back together. And now comes the moment of truth. The moment we've all been waiting for. The moment that I dread, because if I did it wrong, then I gotta do it again. Alright, let's test it out. Alright guys, moment of truth. Let's fire it up. Wish me luck. Oh, what luck you get. Alright, she fired up, she shifted into gear, she shifted back into neutral. I'm gonna go test her at it. Alright guys, I just finished up Silver. I started her, I shifted her, so I'm gonna take her around the block. Let's hope we survive. It's definitely working better than it was when I pulled it in. We made it back, guys. That's a good sign. She shifted right into neutral. I'd call that a success. We'll see once I can take it for a longer ride, but I'm pretty excited. 2 dirty thumbs up. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's all back together. I rode it for, I don't know, maybe 10 miles. Everything seemed to be working fine. I'll know more after I've ridden it more for sure. But that's it, guys. It really wasn't that hard. It took me a lot longer because I was recording and I didn't know what I was doing, right? So I was reading the book, watching videos, anything I could to make sure that I was doing it properly. So first off, guys, one thing I want to point out, guys, is I'm just an average Joe that loves motorcycles and likes to work on his own motorcycles. I do these videos so that if you decide you want to work on your own video, you can so if you decide you want to work on your own bike, not your own video, but if you want to work on your own bike, I thought I'd kind of share, what I did and what I went through. I am by no means a motorcycle mechanic and have no registrations, no certifications. I'm just a guy that likes to work on his own stuff and thought it would be fun to share that adventure with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it helped you if you're doing it yourself. And until next time, we will see you. Have a good one, guys. Be safe, have fun.